I have a theory. Have you noticed how modern females will be screaming like crazy to the top of their lungs how they don't need no man and I can do whatever I want by myself because I make my own bag and that whole nine and I be good. It doesn't matter if I'm 20 or 50, I'm going to be good because I don't need no man. But then when things happen 10, 20, 30 years down the line, you almost never see them come back and say, you know what? I was wrong. Just as loudly as they've been screaming that they don't need no man 10, 20, 30 years before. Why is that? Why is it that they don't scream that loudly when they realize they were wrong compared to when they were screaming that loudly when they were telling you how right they were because the world was their oyster at the time? It's simple. See, the thing that I've realized about humans, just in general, is that people don't want to be embarrassed. But modern females, when it comes to this male-female dynamic thing, they always want to be seen as strong as men. It's like an ego thing for them. They don't want to be seen as being weak because they're told that they can do whatever a man does. So because of that, what do? They go around talking about how they don't need no man. But then what happens? Situation occurs like what happened in New Orleans with the hurricane. And all of a sudden, these same modern females who were screaming that they don't need no man will be in their homes on the top floor with the water coming in, already having flooded the bottom floor. And they'll be thinking to themselves, like you can think anywhere else, I really need some help. I really need some help. And you know who they want to come help them? Men. But they've been on social media screaming how much they don't need no man. But now they're realizing like, well, yeah, I was screaming that, but I was living in this first world country where I pretty much didn't have any infrastructure problems. So it was easy for me to say that. But now that I'm looking around, I really need some help. Then what happens? It gets worse and worse and worse. Now they have to climb to the roof because the water is rising. Now they're praying, God, help, send me help, please. And what happens? They look over yonder, and here comes a boat. There are 4 men in the boat. Internally, what is that modern female saying right then? Don't worry, I'll wait. Right. They're saying, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Then the men will get off that boat onto the roof. And let's say that something is blocking something or whatever, and these men have to move it. They have to pick something up, move it out of the way. She will see them grab this thing, and she will see the veins in their arms and everything, just the strength in these men. Pick this thing up and toss it. And she's thinking, jeez, there were females, they wouldn't have been able to do this. So in her mind, she's like, oh God, thank God it was these 4 men. But then what happens later? She goes and she makes a video and she says, yeah, I was in New Orleans. I'm now up, north, and I'm good. There were some things that happened, and then, people had to come and save us, yada, yada, yada. You remember what I said about yada, yada, yada? They don't want to tell you what happened because it will make them look bad. So she'll say something like, yada, 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 and now, I'm up here. I just had to transition. She's talking like she just decided to move, and she was like, oh, I'm going to get a U-Haul and move. She realized that all that I don't need no man crap was wrong. It was false. And now that she realizes that, she doesn't want to come out and tell you she was wrong. This is the same thing they do when they age out of what men want, relationship-wise. They won't tell you what actually happened. They won't come back screaming just as loud as they were when they were in their 20s, when they're in their 40s or 50s. This is what modern females do. They scream loudly when they think they're right, but get real silent over time when they're proven wrong. Nah. Keep that same energy and come back and scream just as loud that you didn't know what the freak you were talking about. So what do you think about my theory? Put it in the comment section and then go like, comment, share, and subscribe on all of Treat Your Good Man Right's social media channels and pages. Thank you for your support and for being part of the family.